Hello. Good evening, Fiona. Nice to see you. It's Saturday. Well, at least here it is. Hi, Terry. You made it. How's it going? How's it going? It's such a nice day. It's like 80 today. Well, it's only 74 right now, but it'll only be like 80s cooler. So fall is happening soon. I'm so excited. I love all the seasons though, so I love them all. What are you guys up to? What are your Saturday plans? It's Saturday here too. Yes, exactly. We have our Oceania friends who might be in Sunday, but it's kind of early for them. But there are some early birds that will come sometimes. Grocery shopping done. Nice. Today's a dinner out day too, right? You did waffles this morning or pancakes maybe? I know a lot about you guys. I don't know everything. I'm trying to milk this project out. Like, who knew this would be such a quick project? I'm actually thinking already of making a whole second set so that I can, wash one set and put it on the stairs. I don't really want to store that though. I'm kind of a minimalist that way. Ah, Christina, you clapped something. Okay, good. You and Loki both. What was your run today? Oh, today's Zaxby's? Someday I'm going to have to get to go there. We don't have those. Costco. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. Michael goes, I haven't been to Costco in a really long time. Not my favorite thing to do. He goes pretty early in the morning. Hi, Hillary. Hello. My daughter's been visiting this week. This is the first time I've seen her all year, which is kind of nuts. After the stream, we're going to go visit Michael because he's volunteering today. And then we're going to run a couple errands. And it's like, oh, I don't really get out and like do stuff like that. I don't know, just not much of a shopper. And I'm kind of excited because we have like a goal, what we're looking for. Oh, that's nice, Fiona. Hello, welcome from Miami. Hello from California. How's it going? Well, we've made it pretty far in these, right? Tomorrow, the other piece of my batting will arrive. So I am sorry that I didn't have enough. I really did not think that I would need so much. I'm kind of surprised still. I did the math, but I also was counting on being able to split it in half, like how you can peel batting apart. Couldn't do that with this one. It was pretty thin. And I probably forgot that I'd looked for a really thin batting and that I needed to double it. So, but I only have 5 left and all the prep's done, right? And we know they go together quick. So probably an hour I'll have those done. But 8 is a good number. And I've already started trying to peel off the Velcro off the stairs. And it was a little finicky, but they're coming off totally clean. And they've been there for 6 years. They're grubby, but it's working. So I unpicked this binding. I changed the thread, wound the bobbins. So I'm going to use a lighter gray to put the binding on. I think that'll work nice. So we just need to trim these up and bind. And then we're going to play around with the non-slip thingies. Hi, Connie. Buckeye, Arizona. No, it's not cooling down there. Yeah, I actually looked at that. There's quite a few people in the guild that live in Arizona that I chat with occasionally. I think there's like 3. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but they have said how warm it is. One of them lives up higher, so it's not quite like that, but all right. So for my stairs, I am making these 9 3/4 by 25.5. My old ones were 9.5 by 26. I may have cut this one 26 and it shrank already a little bit. So just from, So maybe I start with 26, but I really want them to be all the same. But this one's, you know, 25. And I know I made this a tiny bit wider when I cut these out, and it kind of stayed that way. I'm also expecting a little shrinkage in the laundry, right? So yeah. So let's cut one of these. I'm going to just try and get a square edge here to start with. It wiggled. I wiggled. And now I'm going to check, make sure I got all layers. I did. And then I'll get another square edge here. And then if I do a good job on this one, I could use it as a template. Actually, I want to go way down here. I want to go way down. Like here, maybe. Hopefully that's far enough. I'm excited to have these. It was fun seeing just one on the stair. All right. Now we can just measure from these edges. Oh man, quilting rulers, am I right? Guys are just out here using the craziest rulers. My impulse was to go like this. Hey, Tiffany, how's it going? That would have been disastrous. I do have enough fabric to make, you know, another stair tread, but we don't want to do that. All right, now let's measure the length. And then we can, ooh, maybe this is why I made that one that long. I probably just went by the edge here. Not much to trim. All right, so let's use this as our template now. Hey, Elizabeth, welcome home. Sounds like you had an amazing trip. All right, we're going to trim this off. I know I didn't press or anything like that, and I feel like in things like this, I sort of like to be realistic about how the project is going to look all the time. I'll get rid of this when before I put it on my stairs. Maybe I'll even just launder these to kind of, they've already been laundered once, but so that crease is just from me folding it and stuff. Just checking to make sure I got all the layers. And I want to make sure it's as square as I can be. I'm not the most accurate sewer. Some of these scraps are really good. Oh, nice. Did you get the other thing too? You guys, I am so diligent about shipping. It is not my first rodeo when it comes to shipping. And I know a billion ways things can go wrong when you are product business shipping packages. When I see how cavalier some people are, I'm like, oh, it's not an if but when situation that you're going to have like an issue. And so I only had one job, one product. It's one book. It does come 3 different ways. I haven't made that mistake where I've sent a spiral to paperback or vice versa, but I did have a mishap with the book plates, and thankfully I didn't stick book plates in books. I didn't want to assume someone wanted my book plate in their book or whatever, right? What if it was a gift? Whatever. Anyway, I shipped, and all the testers I sent their books kind of in different batches depending on which one they wanted. And these people, I am very much thankful for everything they did. And I was really careful, and I apparently wasn't careful enough because I sent the book plate for Elizabeth's book to Maria, and I'm assuming I sent Maria's book plate to Elizabeth. Amy didn't get hers. I know I made it. Like, I remember writing it. And I think, I think it's easy to lose in the package because you pull the book out, you might not know it's in there because it's just a little thing with a packing slip. And so I started slipping it into the first, 50 pages of the book popping out. So you would see the packing slip popping out. I didn't care if that got bent. So anyway, preemptively, I sent Elizabeth a new book plate before she got home from Africa. So I was like, just in case. I know, Fiona. I will mail you one, Fiona. You mailed me that really cool Billie Eilish Vogue magazine that I actually have hanging on the wall over there. And I love that. So I'll mail you one. Yeah, of course, Amy. Yeah, I'm like, well, who else did I do that to? Yeah. I had brought book plates to Pattern Con. I think I gave out 2. I wasn't very good about offering them, and I don't know, they were sitting right there. I seem like an extrovert, but sometimes it gets the better of me. It's a lot to manage. Okay, I planned on measuring these before I cut every time. That one looks crooked. That worries me. That worries me. Let's see. I think that's okay. It does look crooked though. See, a little shorter here. Hey Ann, how's it going? So I did give you the right one in your book? Huh. So you got 2. Now I'm really puzzled. That's funny. All right, let's do a quick check. It's within my tolerance here. Okay. I think I'm going to get this one out. Just a few more to cut, and then we can start binding. And did you get a book plate with your book? You should have. It was either tucked in the first 20 pages of the book, or it's in the envelope. with Fittopedia. I don't remember which one you got. I wasn't really advertising the book plates, and probably I should say on there oh, you get a book plate, so they're looking for it. But I thought it was a nice surprise, rather than getting some sort of I don't know, other kind of freebie. You didn't get one? Did I mail you a book? How did you get your book? Did you get a book? You did, right? I know I know I sent a book plate with every book, but I think that they are easy to miss. It's like, it looks like this. See, this one is narrower. The joys of handmade. Terry. Oh my gosh, you guys are incorrigible. What is a book plate? You got the spiral bound mail. This receipt is page 39. And there wasn't one of these? Oh, okay. Yours isn't in your book, Terry? I'll mail you one. Oh my gosh, maybe I need to get a list from you guys. You guys. Bunch of misfits. Only the first, let's see, I don't know how many book plates I got. It's like 500. That was so wiggly. I was about to say only the first 500, but honestly, if I'm resending them, and there were some that were like printed, not great. Like the ink, the green wasn't perfect. So I've thrown a few out, but the first 450 are going to get book plates. Maybe I'll keep doing it because it is kind of a fun touch, but it's like that thing of like, I didn't want to assume someone wanted me to sign their book, but I had a few people say, you're going to sign my book, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like I could, but I don't know who's asked, and I didn't know. I would never assume to sign someone's book, you know? Especially like, what if their mailing and billing name isn't the name they like to go by, you know? Like they're using like their, what, legal name. So I just don't like to make assumptions. So, oh shoot. Whew. Whew. Yeah. So yeah, I decided, you know what? A book plate would be kind of fun. And you can stick it in or not. Is it? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, he's kind of the OG of the Fittopedia. Okay. Let's bind. We've already got one started. We love to bind. Let's get ready for binding. Okay, let me put on the, we're going to flip the camera around on the cart. You got it, Terry. I'll send you one. All right, we got to do a little flippy thing here. What are we stuck on? Oh, sorry, Loki. He's like, hey, I was here first. Bumped his bed a little bit. Do I go really far over? I think that's what I did before. Okay, let me pull this down here. Where? Here it is. Ooh, dang! I didn't do too bad. I'm going to turn off this light that casts the shadows because it's above the camera. Oh, last time I put a light right here. Would you guys like that? Hi, Jan. Last time I put a light right here. I can zoom it in, but it's kind of dark. Yeah, that's really funny, Fiona. Let me go get the light. It's easy. It's cordless. Whoop. And I charged it up. Something like that, huh? That's nice. I used to have this little hang tag on the chicken boots things, and I would see people years after they bought their chicken boots and the tag would still be hanging on the bag. Or they would, I got so many people that were like, oh, my husband loved your tag, so they use it as a bookmark. And when I would see the ones that were still on the bags, I used a hemp twine. I was a very plastic-free packaging, that was my impetus. And the twine would be so ratty and fuzzy. I'm like, can I at least give you a new piece of twine? Give you another few years? It was so, ugh. All right, so let's see if my gray thread is a little better match this time. Dang, you can tell my needle is big because it's just leaving some holes in this fabric. I wonder if I should go dial it down. I just put a new needle in, so that will actually help a little, but at the same time, should we zoom in a little? What would you guys like? I'm actually okay with this, but I could zoom it in if you would like. It's like, do you want to see a lot of this, or do you want to see the sewing? Or are you just chilling, all 20 of you? And I know the latency is kind of low today or it's kind of high today, so I forgot to dial it down. So the delay between when I ask you something and I see your reply is a bit. What if we went like that? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too, Terry. That's what I figured. I zoomed in a bit. I can zoom in more if you want. Got my awl. We are successfully winding another bobbin. Yep. You're just chilling, nice. That's good, good. Okay. Yeah, I kind of fell off my meal prep train a couple months ago after the whole emergency organ removal. And hoping to get back into it now that fall's kind of starting to creep up, which I'm very excited about. I've been freezing peaches. I know I could do something a little nicer at the corners. They're stair rugs, you guys. Oh my gosh, Maggie, that's so funny. I rarely meet anyone here that has chicken boots. You're OG. I don't know why that was. Like, I'm glad people like those. When I had to close, it was really hard. It was really painful to close because the business wasn't ready to be closed, and it was really weird to be like closing a business that was doing really good. And I had so many hang tags. I think we had bought the previous year, and I would buy thousands, and I think the only thing I threw away initially was my hang tags and something else that was logoed. And I really regretted it because there's been a couple of times where I could have used one. And I know now I was just so hurt that I was just like, well, I won't need these. I just threw them away. And I remember thinking, you probably should have saved some of those, you know? But one of the cool things with the Fittopedia is that the ones that I'm spiral binding, they are being printed by the people who used to cut those tags for me. They didn't print them, they cut them and drilled them and other things like that. Like I worked with them before and they remembered us, or remembered me, you know. They were like, oh yeah, you had the chicken. So that's kind of nice, you know. Makes it less bittersweet. And it's just a hang tag. It's not precious or anything. Not a big deal. Okay, I think this binding is a much better choice. What do you guys think? It is blending in more. It also, like where it's falling off the binding on the wrong side, it doesn't scream out, you missed, as much as the brown did. But we won't be turning these over. I did think about making these reversible. But I didn't want to spend double on fabric. You know? So, yeah, that business has been around a long time. Yeah, they were kind of surprised. I was like, I used to work with you guys long time ago. And they were like, oh, really? And when I said something, they were like, oh, yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, I think this will work. I think this is, it's got kind of the right texture as far as like print texture. It's yarn dyed, but the color, it frames it nicely. And remember, my stairs are dark, they're brown, they're oak. So this will hopefully fade into the stair and you'll just see this. It's not that big a deal, but you know. I like. One down. Yay. All right, so this is the back or the top. So that's where I'm going to be putting my my join. This is how I do binding in the round. I just fold it first. Usually I would tug this very gently, but I want this to be as flat as possible. So I'm leaving it kind of loose because once it gets washed or wears, it might, if I was tugging, it might curl under or pull up, you know what I mean? So I'm leaving this kind of loose. But if you're binding something, I recommend gently pulling it because then it'll go whoop right onto the other side. It'll be a lot easier to turn under and sew. And especially if you're doing something like something three-dimensional like a bag, you're not worried about it curling. That's not going to happen. There's too many other forces helping you keep the structure of the bag, hopefully. I bet I could use the binding attachment for this, but the deal with the binding attachment when you do things in the round is that you have to start and stop and then unpick and then refold because it's not, you wouldn't just like go around the edge and then you'd have like this tail of binding that went whoop, and you'd have to clean finish that. Like you could just tuck it under if you wanted, but I'm not that, you know, sloppy. I can be sloppy. You don't come here for my couture sewing. It's really hard not to pull. When I'm doing a bias facing, I don't pull either because that is a recipe for disaster. You don't ever want to pull on the bias facing, you know? And then when I get to the end, I just lay it on top. Cut. We're going to round our corners. I'm doing like one diagonal stitch as I turn the corner to sort of help it be cornerish, you know? I'm not mitering, so I'm not going to get a perfect corner. But I think, you know, like doing the little soft things, I did a little fold there. They came out better on some more than others. It's fine with me, you know? You know, one of the other things, I love making things that are just like random house things, you know? One of the other things I would like is, I would like a poof, but I want it to be like a rectangular cube, you know? Not a round thing. And I want it to be at the base of that chair so Loki can get up and get down. I think that's what I'm going to make my next home thing. Because I've wanted that since I got in here and I forgot until today. And I was like, oh yeah, I really want that. I could even use it upstairs. Anything to help him jump down, save his little legs, you know? And that, I could use that new... Oh, am I out of thread already? You really going to run out of thread on a corner? Like, come on. That 1-800-NOTION group that just came out that I really want pieces of. I'm not really like always looking at all the quilting cottons coming out. They're awesome, but these two groups really grabbed me. That would be okay in the cottage, right? That'd be kind of cute. Ooh, that'll be nice. How do you finish your napkin edges? Like, what's your preferred thing, Terry? I used to be really firm with my corners. Like, I would pull really hard like this. I would do this. I would go like this, land my needle in the hole, and then fold like this. And I think, I mean, that looks okay. I feel like maybe this looks better than it used to. It didn't look that great. Like, but I did it because I was like, I didn't know what else to do. And it would be like on the corner of like a zippered needle case, right? Like the opened like this. And so the perimeter had the zipper and it would be bound. And it was working with my friend who had a factory, and I had done like a lot of pattern work for all her clients. And she was like, are you sewing everything? I was like, yeah. She goes, we can sew for you. You know, we'll do that for you. I was like, okay. And she was telling me how they do this little diagonal stitch there at the corner. And I was like, oh, that makes so much sense, you know? So they gave me that idea to kind of soften that that corner. Mine just looked too contrived. It was too taut, you know what I mean? Okay, I gotta change my bobbin out. Ooh, that sounds nice. Quarter double fold. I think that's a good way to go. Oh. Oh, interesting. That's a good tip, Tiffany. Yep, I got it. I thought that one you guys might be able to see. Yeah, this thread's a lot more invisible. She retracts it. I thought I appreciate your watching and letting me know. Goodness knows we can all miss that for way too long than we want to admit. It's kind of like when you miss your turn on the freeway and you don't even realize it for a while. Like you're so used to getting off at this one exit, but today you have to get off at this other exit. And then as you're getting off the usual exit, you're like, oh, this is not, this was not where I was supposed to be. How far do I got to go back? Get rid of my start stop here. Okay. Just checking them over. I'm happy, pretty happy with how flat they're laying, you know. It makes sense that I'm always going onto the back at the start stop because this is thicker. I'm pulling harder. Yep. Yeah, hopefully, Christina. I you know, I could, you know. Yeah, right, Hillary? I kind of do too. I had this friend a long time ago that had kind of a good expression where he would just say, I don't want to have to keep that in the hard drive, meaning like his brain. And I feel like that's true. It's like, why should I have to file away everything in my head? So sometimes I rely on things like that. Like, sure, I know how to get there and now I can really be on it. But at the same time, like, I'd rather be focusing on what I'm going to do when I'm getting there and not arrive and go, oh, I feel kind of unprepared, you know? So why bog the hard drive down sometimes with certain things? Oh, no. Oh, weird. You figured it out, though. Man. They've been repaving the main road here for the last few weeks, and it's incredible. I used to always press these to the side. When we would get the binding made, it was like pressed. Very tiny, tiny seam allowance and pressed one way. When I make it, sometimes I will actually press all my seams before I roll it up. It's kind of rare though. It's just easier to manage it if you're rolling it as you're seaming it. The other thing I learned about corners is that it's really tempting to go like this. But see, you make a gap, right? It would look like this. So now, when you put the binding here, there's nothing right here for the binding to sew to. It sews to itself, and it's like floppy. There's nothing filling it up. So one thing I learned with binding is always fill it up. Like, you may have to trim this edge if it's kind of messy, and that's usually what I have to do because I just pre-trimmed these perfectly. I don't have to do that, but like most of the time I'd be assembling something and it hadn't been trimmed up to that point, so we'd attach the binding, then we'd trim it. But here it's already been trimmed, so filling up the binding. So anytime I'm trimming it, I'm trimming it to the width I want the binding to finish. Oh, that's good, Christina. Yeah, whatever you're trimming it, that's the width of your finished binding. Logic. I always kind of pre-tuck that. I think that's why when I was trying to show you what I used to do and how it would look really bad, that's why it probably looked bad, is I was trimming that corner way too much when I was turning the corner. And I kind of learned over time, like, wait, why would I lop off? Like, you want it to be filled in there, you know? Why would I lop that off? It took me a long time to think that, you know, about that. Now people make the most amazing, gorgeous bags. They look like something you would never make at home. But they're really complicated and worth it. But we couldn't have done that. That was just too much work. You know? Ah, right, Terry? When I used it like a couple months ago, I was like, oh, it's been a while, you know? I think I had sewn something using the serger and cover stitch, and that's it. Those are usually my machines that don't get a lot of love. Earlier this year, I did the machine covers in the guild just for fun and did the weird techniques. I saw you guys talking about next month's challenge in the guild. What'd you guys decide? Is it pants? This month is infrastructure. Like things you wear under your clothes. Wonder if I could make something tomorrow. Wait, what's the date? Yeah, I have 2 days. 2 days and they're my day off, and I do have one thing Monday and that's it, but it's in the morning. So, ooh. Could it be that I get a badge this month? I better make it cute. Okay. 3. Pants, you say? Do you need some pants? Oh, okay. Interesting, Terry. Now I'm very intrigued. She's in the bag making class today. The other. Why do I have a seam right there? I'm just gonna pretend like it's not there. Ooh. We could have a magic pants along since 3 of us just bought it. Oh, that's fun. Those aren't the puzzle pants, right, Christina? Those are different, right? Next week is Pattern Chatter, where we get together and talk about all the new release patterns. Boy, I don't even know what's been released this month. Oh, I know one thing. You have pants in your queue? I don't know. The fact that Terry was told to hold off on making her gingers, I'm intrigued. Oh, I see what you're saying, Terry. She told you to hold off because we might be doing pants? Because you were about to do them in August? Is that how it is? No, these are the ones with the... Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, the ones that Rachel made, and she said to do a firmer, like not do like a loosey-goosey knit fabric for that panel, right? Oh, yeah. That's a big difference. I do have some bottom weight fabrics over there. I also have a feeling I'm going to be making a lot of pants this coming year, but they're probably not going to be for me. Christina has made them. Who else? I can't remember if people have posted them all in the guild. I think I'm going to have a lot of binding. What about a stretch woven? That'd be really stable. What's the stretch of that panel need to be? I think that I'm going to stream again in a couple weeks, but I'm going to do one of the Hearts projects that they sent me. I have a feeling they're kind of summery, and I feel really bad that I didn't get to them. I should actually ask them if they want those and if they want me to change what it is. Because they look like fun projects, you know. But I want to make sure they have the fabric still. They probably do because they stock a lot of fabric. Ooh, man, the acorns and the trees are the branches are coming down. You've just bought them. Oh, okay. You made the puzzle pants. Show me not to finish them in August. Oh, okay, Terry. Okay, I get it. So it might be pants next week. Sounds like okay. It calls for ribbing, but I was thinking athletic or pony. Maybe that is too far the other way. Stretch twill. Well, Jan, she's talking about the the stretchy panel. Maybe I'll pull the pants up on the stream. Let's look at them. For those of you who don't know, I have a little community. I have a feeling all of you here know about it, though. But anyway, there's monthly challenges. They are super low stress. They're always only meant to be fun, and you get a badge if you participate. And the badge goes on like your profile. Like you can hover over someone's profile. You can see all the badges they have. And that's what we're talking about. But this month it was infrastructure. So like any undergarments that you might wear under things. And sounds like next month is pants. Fall is coming. Chinos and cargo pants are completely different things, Terry. Oh, thank you, Terry. Oh yeah, I don't like that when it's a content thing either. 5% is high. Because if you look at stretch fabrics, they're the percentage of stretch and the content. If it's the exact same, like say it's always spandex, right, or elastane or whatever they put in them, the percentage of stretch versus that, it can be, if it's the same percentage of content, like say it's the same percentage of spandex and a bunch of different fabrics, the percentage of stretch can be different. So that is a very confusing metric in my opinion. And that also, what you really need is to know what the stretch needs to be. It's very, fabric can be so, you know, hit and miss. We all know that. And if someone can't figure out the percentage of stretch, that makes me nervous, like a pattern company, because it's not hard. You know how much you need that panel to be able to give, right? Like it's a pattern, it's built into it. You've decreased the pattern a certain amount to be able to stretch. So maybe we could figure it out by measuring the panel. I don't know though. I haven't made it. I don't know how it goes together. Yeah. A cotton ribbing with lycra. And 5% is, I think that's really high, isn't it? Aren't they usually like 1 and 2%? And ribbing is the stretch. Usually ribbing doesn't have to have a stretch fiber in it. I am not a textile science person. I know a lot, but I don't know a lot about fabric that way. Not when it gets really into this techie stuff. So when you knit a fabric in a ribbing pattern, the ribs are the stretch. So that's why you can have 100% cotton ribbing and you have something stretchy still. It's not relying on content. It's fabric structure. That's the way I look at it. Nope, this is not going to do. Let's see if I can. Looks really nice on this side. I have a little tuck right there that I'm going to see every time I walk up the stairs. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, how to figure it out. Wait, where's the tuck? There it is. Okay. Puzzle pant. I don't remember who those are by. I think they look a lot like the madrones, right? They have the swoopy. Oh, the puzzle pants are the ones that, oh, they're coming to me. They're coming to me. They look kind of sporty, like outdoor sporty. And need to move this mouse. What's on the side of those? Something is interesting on the side of those. I can probably put a link in the chat. Just a second. Because Christina can't. I'm in a like mode lately of watching. I'm not going to say they're all cheesy, but the one I'm watching right now is a little cheesy, like medical shows, medical drama. And I just felt like a surgeon, like, seam ripper, scissors. Where is this tuck? What is tucking? Oh, there it is. Okay. Give me that. Okay, Hillary. Oh, that's right. That was so sad. That was so tragic. Someone dumped or spilled a bunch of car oil. Okay, there we go. Am I picking this out on the... No, this is the right spot. Okay. There we go. Sometimes I get this little tuck when I start. So I need to loosen this up here. Yeah, she spent so much time on those, and had so much fun on them too. Like you were really into them, and they were just, yeah. Good thing you were okay. I need to relax this a little bit more. If I sewed from this direction to that way, I might be able to fix it easier. But there's like a little divot. It's a fold actually. Yeah, there's a fold there. Here, let's try the opposite thing. Yeah, like that. Like that, like that. I may have to live with this. That'll do. Okay. Oh yeah, jigsaw. Yeah, exactly. Here, let's pull them up since we're talking about them. I do not know what this is going to look like. Oh, okay. Let's see. This is the magic pants. I haven't seen this version. I can't see the chat either, so I'll pull up the chat in just a second. So, tailored high-waisted woven pants, but hidden underneath is the stretch and comfort of your favorite pajamas. Sailor style front flap hides a ribbed knit panel that allows you to pull the pants up over your hips before securing the flap with the strap around the waist. Each side of the strap is connected to the elastic hidden along the center back to provide some flex for maximum comfort around the midsection. The front flap also serves as the opening for the extremely generous front pockets. The pants are wide-legged and go straight down from the hip. Okay. I like the vibe that, like these, or do they have an elastic, or they just did that? I like that kind of utility vibe. Okay. And then, let me see what you guys are saying, if you're saying that. Not go for example. Yeah, good point. All right, and the other one is jigsaw pants, sewing pattern. I'm not endorsing either of these, but this is kind of what we do at Pattern Chatter. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm just not into these, but I do think they're cool. I like that on the side. Do you see the effect they create? This like basket woving effect, and then there's a pleat right here, which you can see better in maybe other angles. There, you can see the pleat right there. See it right there too. That's what it is. That's what was going on the sides. Yeah, see, look at the side here. You can really see that sort of basket woven look. Single length option. So from my experience helping people, that's a good thing to know for some people that really need extra length or less. But these look like so much fun to sew. I sort of wish there was a button fly, or I mean a zipper fly option, or just a fly option. Flat front fly option. I think just a fixed waist in general would be really cute too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, exactly. You said the instructions are incredible. Is my camera falling? It might be. It'd be cute on you, Anne. I think the jigsaw I love the cool design. It's very cool, but the design of the pant part, like the leg style and the waist, isn't my style. Like I would really like them more straighter leg, just not so close fitting at the ankle, and also I would like a hard waist. Yeah, exactly, Christina. I think they'd be cute on anybody. It would be nice to see more people in them though, because to me it looks like that there's only one pair of pants and they're on both her and the guy, and it would be just helpful to see what they look like on other people and other fabrics and other sizes, you know? Like I think they're lucky that they both, if it's one pair, they're lucky that they fit both of them. I think it can give the impression, while it's trying to give the impression like, oh, this could be men or women wear this, I think the impression it can give other people is that, oh, I can just make these for the guy in my life. Well, it depends on the sizing, you know? It depends on a lot of things. I'd be down for the magic pants. What kind of fabric is that? Oh, you said those are on sale, huh? Yeah, and a straighter leg opening. Yeah, I agree, Christina. I think that shows that there's a lot of people who they are process sewists. Like they really want fun things to sew. I mean, I should look on Threadloop because I'd love to see like a two-tone option. You could even do ombre. That'd be really cool. Oh, that's good. You get 2 rise heights. Oh, good. That's great. So what kind of fabric is that? The first pair for, the magic pants for? Just like in general, not the stretch panel, but the other one. Like, do I have something? Because I doubt it. I really doubt I have fabric for those. I have hard denim, heavy hemp, and heavy canvas, and corduroy. I don't think any of those would work, unfortunately. Oh, that was a squirrel. Light woven fabric designed for linen. Oh, huh. This is cotton stretched denim of using a stiffer, heavier extracting with. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of you, Fiona. Okay, thanks, Christina. Thanks for sharing that. And you said that's the one on sale. Yeah, maybe we should do a stream sew along. Did I really say that out loud? Okay. There's some animal drama happening out front. Source today. Oh, cool. It's a very, very, very generous sale. Oh, that's right. It was from a newsletter because she's having a birthday. We haven't had it so long in a while. They can be hit and miss. I get nervous sewing people's patterns now, too. And I shouldn't be because I can do whatever I ding dang want on my channel. But I am sick of people being like, this is the worst tutorial ever. I'm like, it is a live stream. If you want a tutorial, contact the company. I am just chilling with my sewing homies. I am not here to be your tutorial. I'm being salty, I know. I love helping people. It's just when people are like, wham, you talk way too much. This is the worst tutorial. I'm like, it's not a tutorial though. I'm just hanging out sewing them and I probably didn't follow the instructions. So if I were you, would go to their website and try and find a tutorial. Use them. You know? I had even a pattern company say on my website, on my YouTube channel, you sewed that wrong. And I was like, okay. I used to have the disclaimer. Remember that, Amy? It was like a little video and something happened to the sound. Like it just disappeared. I don't know what happened to that. So I agree with you on one level, Amy, but on the other hand, I'm like, whatever. Like, it's a live stream. It's not a tutorial. Hi, Kim. It really doesn't bug me that much. It just kind of makes me roll my eyes. Sometimes they'll even reply back to me, well, you should make it a tutorial. I'm like, now I'm never going to sew this again. Maybe a live stream so long overtime so I can catch up. Yeah, I mean, I think the only drawback to me, if you want to sew with me, is that I'd probably do this live streams all in 1 week like I did these. So that's not very convenient for a lot of people. And I understand that because people work or whatever, they have lives. But yeah, yeah, you know, like I usually will cut it on one day, sew part one on one day, and then sew part two and finish on the last day. And so in some ways, like, it is spaced together in nice little chunks. And you have, you know, you have like 3 days to cut and sew part one. You have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then on Saturday, part two. Yeah, if I don't do a live stream, Brenda, I have to edit, and we're not doing that. Because then if I'm editing, I do feel more beholden to making it a tutorial. And right now, I am probably not going to be doing any tutorials for sewing a garment. That being said, there is one coming out on my channel in a couple days, but it was, I was hired to do it. So that's different. But I'm going to focus on my edited content will be fitting. Sorry. It'll be like fitting tutorials or fitting videos. So the edited standalone, like polished videos, that'll be fitting related for a bit. I have to. I like doing it, but I do feel like it does limit what I can do. I can't do it all. Live streams are the fun things. And I am so about helping people while I'm live streaming. Like, they can ask whatever they want, you know. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. Yeah, so maybe me sewing them live can fill in a little bit of that, but you always have their tutorial, which sounds great. Yeah, that, right, Fiona? I know, exactly. I think that's the thing with sew-alongs, is that you got to be kind of just up for the adventure of it. It may not be the pattern that was on your radar, but it is really fun to sew something other people are sewing at the same time. Yeah, and the Mountain View pull-on jeans was our first one. I was really surprised how many people participated in that. That was very spontaneous. But I don't like advertising other people's things, just anything they have. I'm pretty, just because it's not my, I don't know, it's not my product. I don't want to promote their stuff. But I'm happy to like sew other people's patterns. Like, I love all kinds of pattern companies. Usually lately have just been wearing things that I either found the pattern really cool or I just draft it. Like today I'm wearing the Townsend shirt, but the dress hack by Elba Textiles. And then I was going to wear my new vest that I made by Atelier Brunette, by the Spencer vest. But I'm going to a Chinese temple today, and I thought, this might look a little strange if I wear this vest because it's got all these red dragons on it. And I thought, I don't want to look like I'm trying to like cosplay as someone going to a Chinese temple. I just wanted to wear the vest again. I want to make sure I wear some of these things that I really like that I've made and I don't get a chance to wear. So yeah, the sandhill was really fun. For their paid, what does that mean? Oh, like the live streams I do are like behind a paywall privately. I get that, yeah. And I understand why. Yeah, exactly, Tiffany. I think so too. And we also get to see how other people handle, like what their problem solving was on a particular issue and what fabrics they use. We get to see lots of different fabrics and sizes. So I think that that's cool. I will probably have a sew along for the new Sew Liberated pattern on my channel next month too. And I have to admit, that is a little selfish. There is one tricky element to sew that. And I am the person who helps people in their forum and on their emails. And I want to have something for people to refer to. So I am doing the sew along because of that. I'm like, you know, let's just do this. Okay. These are just so little, they're so cute. They've got a little speck of color and they're like fluffy little, they just look like little pieces of candy. All right, well, I'm gonna look at that magic pants. I might have linen, but I don't think it's what I would want pants in. I'm surprised that those are supposed to be lightweight fabric. Uh-oh, Loki's gonna bark, sorry. Go get him, Tiger. Yeah, go on. Go on. Ooh, yum. There's a new pattern coming out next month on, I don't know, the middle of the month. Sorry. Yep, help myself. I'm helping myself, exactly. And they're totally fine with me doing that. They were like, yeah, go ahead. They would, you know. It helps me because I like to be really consistent with what I tell people when it's someone else's pattern, right? When it's their pattern and I work for them. I want to be consistent with the instructions. So we all know that I don't usually use the instructions. And so I worry sometimes when I'm helping someone that I think I know exactly how it's sewn in the instructions, and I'll help them. And then I'll look back and go, oh, that's going to get them there. Like, it's not wrong, but it's not how the instructions say it. And so I don't want them to be like, what is happening here? Why doesn't this match what she said? So it'll just help. And there really is this one step that you're going to feel like a sewing genius doing. But it's even something I hadn't done. It's a zipper sewing thing. So, and it's cool. Worth. So yeah. It's a really cute dress. It's a really cute dress. I feel like I'm about to run out of bobbin again, but we're set. We have another one queued up. Just making sure. I sometimes try to think, like, if I could do whatever I wanted, what would it be? I would love to just get paid live streaming projects. Yes, you should be intrigued. You've seen mine, but I did a pullover version, and then I've only sewn the zipper version as in a muslin, and then I have another one cut out. And I hadn't sewn it because I was like, you know, why don't I just record this and we'll have a tutorial, you know? So yeah. Most of the dress, very easy to sew. It's just this one zipper. The way you do it is really cool. I used to have a little trick for doing these, and I'm feeling like I'm going to remember it on the last one. Just something that made it easier to not get that weird little tuck I sometimes get. Okay. We have 2 more. Yeah, me too. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, okay. I see you guys. All right. And then it was fun. Did you get him, Tiger? Yeah. All right. The Pug Patrol. The pug was not feeling good last night. He got me up at 4. I was kind of worried, hoping he's fine. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? That's the question. How many bobbins does it take to do a project? Yep, you're winding. 3. That's right. 1, 2, crunch. I have a feeling that it'll take longer to prep my stairs for these because I've got to like peel off all those old command strips, and they were on there pretty good. Maybe I could get a little like, oh, maybe I could use my hero marker. See, sewing is always the solution because that has a little plastic edge, and or I have the wooden hero marker as well, and that will help me pick up that edge without hurting the stair. I know my thing says I'm adding non-slip today, but I have the Velcro thingies I'm going to put on, but I don't think I'm painting it on. I think that stuff's too old. I'm going to see how these things made for holding them onto the stair go, and then I can always add that paint. Are you guys ready for fall or spring if you're in the southern hemisphere? I know probably a lot of people are dealing with like back to school stuff, but the fall can be so busy. I think a lot of people go, oh, finally the fall. My kids are back in school. And then you have the fall gauntlet of activities at the school, you know, sports and festivals and photos. Although they do kind of photos at the end of the year now, right? For us, we always had the birthday gauntlet as well. Because I've been talking about this fabric line, I'm getting suggested posts from all these different fabric shops carrying this fabric, and it's just been kind of fun. Like, usually I'm not a big fan of seeing posts of people I don't follow because I want to see what they're, you know, the people I'm following are doing. But it's just been like my feed is filled with this fabric, and I'm like, I love it, and I love seeing how much other people love it and what they're making with it. It's kind of fun. So for once, I'm enjoying it. I saw this, I have a friend that is getting into like lino cut stuff where you carve the stamp and you stamp something. And I saw this cool video where they used a tortilla press. And I'm going to go get one for them today, I think. Oh, what did Tiffany say? I don't see what Tiffany said. Wednesday this week? Okay. One more. Yeah, here, like, is it fall? You know, last year I couldn't believe how late the leaves stayed on the trees. Like well into December, and that's not typical. That was really weird. And our fire season is, while it's kind of year round, it really does go through November, early December for sure. And so is it fall? You know, we're not getting a lot of like moisture. It's cooler at night, which helps, but everything is so dry. And if it's like breezy, it just dries out more. So I know it's not really, we're not out of the woods yet, but this one got, let's see if we can press it flatter. It's kind of like, let's press this way. Let's press this way and this way and this way. Oh, well, I tried. Oh, interesting. I still have this much. I have a feeling I will get down to about maybe like right here for the last 5. So I'll end up with a lot of extra binding. I'm not mad about that. I like this. This is very useful. And that was fabric that was wider than 44 inches. And like I said, you get about 25 yards of 35 millimeter wide binding, or 1 3/8 inch wide binding, for 1 1¼ yards, or 1 yard of fabric. I did a square width of fabric. So if the fabric was like 54 inches, I did 54 inches long. So 54 by 54. I didn't want to like cut it close. I needed 28 yards. So that, I knew I needed a little extra. So it worked out. Yeah, it'll be useful. It'll be really nice for binding, or like using a Hong Kong finish on facings for a lot of shirts that I sew. Granted, it doesn't take much. That's a lot of shirts. I forgot that I have a whole bin of fabrics that I decided to make into binding. I was like, you know what? These are taking up room in my stash. I'm not gonna probably use them for something. Let's turn them into binding. So I could have been looking at some of those for this project. I had forgotten. I haven't gone through them all. Occasionally I just pull one out and do one. And kind of refill my binding shelf thingy. They're all like 1 yard cuts. So I'm like, oh, perfect. Or even half yard cuts. I like the length you get with 1 yard cuts, but I know most people do a fat quarter. And there's just a lot of seams, you know? If you don't want a lot of seams, you have to like do a really big piece, and that's a lot of fabric, and it's cumbersome. So yeah. Okay. Home stretch. Well, at least for these, right? I still have like 5 more. What time is it? Oh, 12:30. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. Let's give them a little once over. Why are there 2 rows of stitches on this? Interesting. Okay. Oh, my camera is drifting, isn't it? It's the stand holding it. It's not the most reliable. I have 2 rows, and look, one stops right there. Oops, it's got a back stitch at least. There's that. Okay, this looks good. Inspection time. We're here. Got to inspect. Got to be honest, right? Because otherwise they're on the stairs and you have to look at it every time. I think these look pretty good. I was checking that back stitch. Okay, what's this? Nope. I don't know what else I could use these for. Like, what if they didn't work out for my stairs? What's the backup plan? Because I usually like to have a backup plan. If I had a bunch of drawers that were this size, they could go inside the drawer. That'd be kind of cute. They could become a little pouch. Yeah, the binding went pretty good, huh? Just got to stay to the right of the stitching and then you'll land on that binding. Sometimes easier said than done though. And you can see almost every one of mine, this is the start stop area right here. I go slightly onto the fabric, almost every single one, because it's thicker there and I'm pulling. Okay, that's it. All right, let me get those little Velcro thingies. Yeah, right? It could be placed like a table runner for 13 tables. Short, giant, bottom. And my number, oh, they're all the same. There's 7 of one and 6 of another. So there are 7 that look like this right here. Let me zoom out a tiny bit. It's going to make it go dark as soon as I click this. Yep, I don't know why it does that. Okay. Okay. Mini yoga pants. So there are 7 that look like this. And then there's 6, or maybe it's the reverse, 6 that look like this. This has a green check at the end. Sorry, it's really blown out. They're really similar. And I think I'm just going to do like every other one, you know? Okay, so it's a little bright. The large black area. Which one? Is it these 3 that look kind of similar? Because I don't know what that is either. That one, and there's a kind of a bug bed. This one kind of resembles it, and same with this is kind of, oh, you'll do better to look on on a website to really see, but yeah. Pug pads. They could be like, I mean, if you had narrow drawers, it could go like this. Maybe little ironing mats. Okay, these are my thingies. They are pretty long, which makes me happy. Do I stick them? They are restickable. Is there directions in here? No. Oh yeah, there is. Oh, not really. Care and instructions. Yes, to ensure floor is completely free from dirt and dust, we recommend wiping floor down with damp cloth. Remove the paper from the side labeled rug and carefully apply to the underside of your rug. Remove the paper from the To reuse, wipe down with a damp cloth and reapply when dry. Follow floor manufacturer directions for use to ensure rug gripper will not harm floor surface. The light blue and the green. Yeah, I don't know what that is either, Amy. I think it's like the shape of something from the ocean. But I don't know. I don't actually like, I love her designs. I love her color palettes. I love her stuff. But I don't follow along. Like if she posts about her design process and what inspires you, I have not noticed that. And I'm sorry. I just, whatever. Beverly, hi. Really? Wait, that looks similar to this, but without binding because I thread my fixed knitting needles by size horizontally and have numbered every slot. Oh, like these are pockets. Cool. I definitely don't need a needle case, y'all. Yes, I have some things from the chicken boots days. But yeah. They're going to work out. I'm going to make them work. Okay. You know what might be handy is my lint thingy. I have a reusable lint brush here. And if I just maybe do the edges here to make sure I'm not getting a thread in there. I'll do 2 at a time. Let's do it. Rug, tape side, floor, side. Ooh, look at that. It looks woven. Okay, so this is the back. So what do we think? Do we think putting this little round thing like that? Yeah, let's try that. I'm thinking biasing it toward the front a little bit. Maybe we'll just do a bunch on this side first. They're meant so you can you can do a corner like this. That's why it's shaped like this. So that's always an option too. There's a lot of options for this. Like if you're looking for something to secure a rug, there's been a lot of advancements when it comes to these kinds of things. I was pretty surprised since the last time I sewed my rugs and all I found were a few things that were more permanent or they would harm the floor. there's a lot of options. So if you have like a rug that's curling up on the edge, they have things for that. If you have a rug that you need to attach to the floor, there's stuff for that. Oh, this is the wrong side. These are more like grippy things, although this looked like glue, didn't it? And you can re-wash these like with warm soapy water and it'll perk up the stickiness. No, no, you know, I have been using stair rugs for a while, and my foot doesn't get caught on them, and they are probably the exact same thickness. I think when you're going upstairs, if you have fiddly stairs, I can see that being an issue. I don't want to slip on my stairs, you guys. Like I promise these are going to be secure. If this doesn't work out, I take them off and I do something else. Because my old solution was I used a Velcro command strip type of thing, and it came on a roll. And I'll just go back to the store and get it because it was really affordable. I cut it to the length I wanted. I divided up the roll by how many I needed. I needed 26 of them. And I had just a little short 4-inch piece there that attached it to the stair. That's not really what I'm worried about. I'm worried about when you're coming down the stairs and you step on them, this going like this, right? So I have little Velcro things for the center. I've thought about this a lot, but I'm not saying my solution is perfect. The only rug I have that my sandal catches on is we have one of those gushy mats at our sink, and the edge of it hovers off. Right, exactly, Terry. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Yeah, you know. I have fallen down my stairs a few times, and sometimes I'm carrying the dog. Like last night, 4 in the morning, I was carrying Loki because he wasn't feeling good. I was trying to get him outside. And in the dark, pugs have a really amazing sense of smell, really terrible sense of eyesight. So in the dark, I was carrying him down and I was like, wow, this is the worst time to be doing this because I've peeled the Velcro off of some of these stairs and they aren't gripping, and that's why I'm replacing them. So it was fine, you know. Usually I hold both handrails, but I had him. It was fine though. Oh, I didn't do my little, my lint thingy on any of these others. I got them on Amazon. Yep. I think I posted links to them in the guild, Michelle, on the original post, like the post I did a couple weeks ago, a week ago, announcing that last Sunday, like a week ago. It was announcing the new video I had put on YouTube and live streams. Pretty sure, but I can't. I'll ask them, or I'll add them to that post. And what I would do is don't just settle on the first thing that looks good with reviews. I would hunt around because there may be something really good for your specific rug and floor type or issue you're trying to solve, because that's what I found. I was like, oh, wow. Oh, shoot. I was kind of surprised by, like, I was like, oh, actually, maybe I'll get that for this other rug I have, you know? There were lots of neat solutions that they've come up with. Okay. They feel very secure on the rug. So do I have the opposite of these? What do I got in here? Oh, okay. I was gonna say but one of these has to be half and half, and it is. Okay, makes me feel good. Oh, I want to save this. I want to get rid of this. Okay, so these are going. Yeah, so we need this now. I was looking at paintable nonstick a couple days ago, and I noticed that has come a long way as well. And I think I'll get some of that just as an extra precaution for the slippiness. The rugs I'm replacing, they weren't very non-slip, but they had something. Okay, we're going here. But I noticed like there was one that had, it was made for putting it on socks, and it came with a template. So you put the template on the sock and then you paint. And so you had a design. So it was like 3 lines and then like 10 little dots, and maybe they even had, I think, cute shapes as well. So there's so many options out there now. And I'm sure a savvier shopper will find even more options. I'm pretty decisive. Wait, okay. I'm pretty decisive. I'm also not long for shopping. Oh no. Here we go. Go get him, Tiger. Go get him, Pug Patrol. Oh, the door's shut on you. Here you go. Go get him. I don't know what's setting off all those dogs. This is the sleepiest stream ever. Sorry, guys. We're easing back into it. So let's see, what have I promised? I've promised to stream Hearts projects, to make the tutorial for the So Liberated dress, to make magic pants in a live stream. All right. What have I committed to? What else? Oh, I'm glad, Terry. Me too. This is where I started. This is what I like. The studio has changed so many times too. It's kind of funny. So Liberated did a really nice like interview thingy with me, and they put it on their blog yesterday. And when they were asking me for some questions, they were asking me for some photos of my studio, and I went to that folder to find some. I was like, wow, I've had quite a few studios since I started streaming. Some we've liked better than others. This one's my favorite for me, but it's not my favorite for streaming. I think the 2 studios ago was the best for streaming, where I had the like wall of windows next to me and I was in that little office. I think that was lighting wise, and the setup was just really great. This is my favorite though. And I loved the wall of library shelves. That place was really cool. Okay, so now the other things I have. So I do have a few of these, right? So we have these, and I am thinking that the potential for saving these as a potential, let's see, how many do I have? Oh, I still have these for the rest of my stairs. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 stair things left, but I have 4 of these pairs left. Because I also have the Velcro things. These guys. Oh, that place was cool. It had all the cubbies with the library ladder that rolled along the wall. Yeah, that place was cool. It used to be a yarn store. Well, it wasn't a yarn store. The fixtures had been in a yarn store. Okay, so now what I'm thinking with these is they go at the front to hold it down. I might wait to put these on. Let's see how they are and what they need, you know? I would have liked to have sorted this out first so I could have sewn something back here so it didn't show. But if I do add these to the front, my plan is they're this size, right? It's like this big, right? I'm going to sew it to the back, but straddle 2 seams and sew in the stitch in the ditch. So it'll be on this side and I'll stitch in the ditch. So it won't be very visible, you know? Yeah. I can't wait to go and put these in there, but I got to clean my stairs first. But I'll show you guys later. I'll put a post on Instagram and in the guild, probably. They feel heavy now with these things. These are pretty chunky. Like it's like a thick plastic. Yeah. This camera is just, it's like drifting and we don't even see it drifting. I gotta replace this thing. I like it, but I don't like it. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna call it there. Found some just on Yum. Oh, cool. Yeah, me too. I think he's okay. The thing is, he tore apart a toy earlier in the week. We keep an eye on him for this because we've had a squeaker incident where he swallowed a squeaker and it cost us a lot of money to have it removed. A lot. And so now squeakers are kind of banned. We don't let him play with them at all. This little toy, he got the squeaker out and we never found it. That is worrisome. But the thing is, it's very unlikely he ate it because usually his MO is he takes that little squeaker, he removes the squeaky bit, and then he likes to put it on the roof of his mouth and just bite it. It doesn't squeak. And then once it gets mashed down, it folds in half like a little taco, and that's what he swallowed accidentally. It slipped down his throat. So I don't think that happened because he's been fine all week and he's been going to the bathroom, he's been eating, he's been fine. I think he just ate something funny yesterday and he's, I don't know, just off. But that's it. But we scoured the house looking for the squeaker because it all happened so quick. I'm like, wait, you just tore that apart. I was right here. Where's the squeaker? So anyway, can't afford that. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I really enjoyed live streaming again. Next time we'll do some clothes. I know that's what you're here for, some clothing content. And maybe we could put together a sew along with these magic pants. That would be fun. I probably won't stream every other week like I used to because I really do got to start writing this other book. Like I've started, but I haven't like dove in. My new dress form arrives on Monday and I got to get that together. I got to build that too. But you can expect to see some fitting uploaded content. There is a new sew along coming out on the 1st. If you're a Cashmerette Club member, you'll have a link to it. And then in September, I'm going to try and have a sew along for a new Sew Liberated dress. But I'm going to try and live stream at least 1 week a month. That's my plan. because I really like it, and I need that. I need that kind of relaxed sewing time. So keeps me going. And then you can always be like, where's the book? Where's the pants book? And they'll just ban you. I'll just have Terry ban you. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. And I will see you in September for something. If you're in the guild, next Friday is Pattern Chatter, which is a free monthly live stream that we do in the guild. And we just review all of the patterns that have been released since our last show, which was a month ago. It's fun, slightly snarky, and all harmless, and it's fun. Yeah, it's chill, and it's fun to see the new patterns. So, all right, you guys, I'll see you later. You're so demanding, right? It wouldn't be here if you weren't. So there's that. Okay, bye, guys.